What's going on, everybody? Checked out the new horror comedy at Redbox, just dropped. It's called Snatchers, and it is about a high school girl who has sex for the first time and didn't use protection and learned a lesson. Always wear protection, then you could avoid giving birth to aliens that want to kill your mom and all your friends and attack parties. So, yeah, it's about ancient aliens, and they're gonna make everyone horny so that they can make more aliens. Very cheesy, but I love that. I love how not serious this movie is, and it lets you know that from the beginning with the opening, like animation, like drawings on the wall. So that would be my first positive for the movie, is that it does succeed pretty well in the comedy department. I did chuckle quite a few times, and that's hard. I wish I could laugh more easily, but I just can't. A lot of things don't make me laugh, but this movie made me laugh a few times. So good job. Succeeded there. Even the way they edited certain scenes, it added to the comedy, just the way they edit things together. Like, can't explain it too much without spoiling jokes. I don't want to spoil jokes in the movie, but the editing was comedic as well. And you got plenty of beautiful girls. I'll always point that out. All the women in this movie are gorgeous. There's one shock kill that blew me away. And I fell in love with the movie at that moment, but then the movie didn't live up to that. It was like, yeah, I hit the top, and it was like, all right, we can only keep going up from here, but then it just kind of went down. Like the pace after that dragged a little bit. There were some cool moments after that, but I feel like that was the best scene, was that shock kill. Don't want to spoil it or anything, but it was just shocking when it happened. So I love that kill. Gory, good practical effects there, and even good effects with like the aliens in the movie. When you got the small one, there's a big one, and then the one that like grows, and towards the end, they look good. The way they move, I like the different look. They almost look like weird crabs. It's just, I liked what they were able to do with that. I'm not sure what the budget was for this, but I can assume that this isn't like no small, less than $1 million budget. This had to have some money behind it, because this movie pulls off quite a few things where I'm like, there's no way this is like a low budget film. Um, so yeah, I like the premise, like the aliens. It was funny. It was a decent time. My mixed thoughts would be the acting. Some of the people in this movie were good or just okay, and then there was a few people who really stood out, like the boyfriend, a little over the top, tone it down. The guy is just not that good. As for any negatives, things I didn't like about this movie, all the kills are basically off screen except for a few. There's a lot of potential here. Like, if they had a bigger budget, maybe, or some extra creativity, if they could think of cool kills, because they establish right away how powerful this thing is, and we get to see a couple instances where it can like throw people around and do major damage. I would have just loved to see this thing go to town on people, not sexually. There's so much off-screen carnage, and it's just, why? You have on-screen kill here, cool stuff, and then everything else is just off-screen. I don't like that. And the jargon in this movie, oh, I just kept rolling my eyes. These teenage girls, I couldn't understand half of what they were saying because they just abbreviated everything, and like instead of just saying full on words, they say the first syllable, like ob instead of obviously, and uh, 1,000 other examples that I can't think of right now, but cray instead of crazy. It just drove me nuts. Talk normal. How lazy are you that you can only say the first syllable of a two-syllable word? It's annoying. Just speak English. It was just driving me nuts. Little things drive me nuts, and that was doing it for me. The jargon in the movie, just speak English. And then they really try to they flesh out these main two girls, their characters, like, but it's just not interesting. Like, their dynamic and their history, like, oh, I stopped being friends with you so I could be with the cool kids. It's like, we've seen that a million times. It's just, with this movie, why not just stick with the comedic uh, tone and just go further with it? put all that drama bullshit to the side because I'm not caring about it at all. I don't care that you used to be friends 3 years ago and then you decided to be a selfish bitch and then be friends with all the cool kids so that you could be cool. It just makes you not like the main character when they throw that shit in there. So yeah, the main character is not likable. So I don't want to ramble too much about this movie, but it was okay. I don't think it's a waste of time. It's not wasted money. It's worth the buck or $1.50 or whatever they're charging you now. Redbox, like $2. It's okay. It's worth a watch. So when it comes to Snatchers, go out and check this thing out at Redbox. If you're a fan of horror comedies. Now, I do have a spoiler discussion. I want to talk about some of the stupid things I want to point out in this movie. Little nitpicks, things that made me laugh. We got the opening art, like the Egyptian art drawings or whatnot on the wall with people boners, like big old boners sticking out, which let you know right off the bat, like, hey, this is going to be funny. It's not going to take itself serious. You got boner drawings, so you know what type of film you're getting yourself into. It's not lying to you. And then we hear the term faded, and this just shows my ignorance, I guess. I didn't know what the fuck that meant. Like, let's go get faded. Does that mean drunk? I mean, maybe. I don't know. That just shows you how lame I am. I don't get drunk. I don't get stoned. So this terminology, I don't know. Faded. Let's go get faded. And then I thought this was interesting. The girl tells the guy, like, I don't care if you don't have a condom. You can just pull out. Usually in movies, it's the guy saying that, like, I promise I'll just pull out the last second. Like, no, that's not gonna fly at all. Usually girls are like, no, condom or it's not happening. This girl's like, fuck it. This guy's so damn cute. Let's bang. We find out that this guy is extremely horny, Skylar. But I found it odd that his horniness only kicked in after the initial, like, him telling her, I don't want to be with you. I got my own plans. I want to do lacrosse in college, blah, blah, blah. And then the next day, he's just super horny. Even though later on we find out that he's been horny since this Mexico trip because of a gas that got sprayed in his face. Why wasn't he horny right off the bat at high school on that day? And like, yeah, sure, let's fuck. Like, why did it take so long to kick in? I don't know. Just a dumb thing to point out. Like, he's like telling her no, scram, I don't want to be with you. And then the next day, like, let's fuck. So it's just weird why the horniness just kicked in at that moment. Whatever. And then he has this hilarious loud orgasm where he's screaming and it makes you think like he's dying or something in the moment. And the music's kicking in, it's real tense, and then it's just like, nope, that's just how he orgasms. And then I like that the pregnancy test has a smiley face for pregnant, even though for some people that would be a nightmare. They don't want that. But when it turns into a frowny face on its own, like supernaturally, it makes no sense how that happened. Did the alien piss make it do what it's not supposed to? It's just weird. And then we got the typical Christian protester outside the free clinic, abortion place, whatever. It didn't say Planned Parenthood. They probably can't, show that. Maybe they don't have the rights or something. But it's just like a free clinic. And he's out there like, Jesus loves you, sinners. And then he gets picked off like the first one after the doctor's inside. Of course, they're going to pick that character off. But what he said made me laugh. He was one of the funniest parts of the movie. Just him yelling. He goes inside the free clinic, sees a bloody hand on the ground. Chaos has happened in that room. And he's just like, whatever. Kicks the fucking hand, walks away. He deserves it. And then, yeah, he's like, Jesus loves you. And he, like, mutters, bitch. Then we get this doctor who is in front of the girl. She's about to, like, give birth to the alien. And it just shoots right out of her vagina at his face. And his head blows clean off. It looked amazing. And it never happened again. Why not? Like, later on, this thing is just bouncing all over the place, and not once does it, like, tear through people's chests and, like, fly through them. I don't know why not. Like, if you're gonna set that power up like that in the beginning and show you just how powerful this thing is, why wouldn't you do that over and over and over again? Have him, like, blow through people left and right? That would have been awesome. But nope, we don't get that. Just the one head explosion, and it looks amazing. A little thing I noticed is that this whole house of Sarah's has basic, generic, stock photos that you would basically see in a picture frame when you buy it before you replace it with whatever you want. Like, they couldn't afford to get real photos. I don't know. Maybe it's just supposed to be art, man. It's art. It looks good. No, it looks stupid. It's stock photos. And then we get the illegal alien joke that made me laugh. Because they're like, you know, the friend, he came from Mexico and now she's pregnant with an alien. So he's like, so you're saying he brought an illegal alien over? Something like that. It made me laugh. So yeah, there's some political jokes in here that probably won't sit well with people. You know, you got the abortion clinic, you got illegal alien jokes. Some people might not take kindly to this stuff. And then yeah, we find out that there's a second alien in her baby, and she goes to the animal doctor, and he's pumping her with stuff that doesn't work. And then the police arrest them, and they take them to the police station, of course. And then we get this police station massacre. The thing's hopping from head to head, and everyone's just shooting at each other. Blood's everywhere, but we don't see any carnage. But one guy gets his head spun all the way around, like 180 degrees, like in Freddy vs. Jason, and many other movies. But mainly, it reminded me of the Freddy vs. Jason one because of how quick it was, and there's no blood. It's not like Hatchet when the head's going around real slow and blood's squirting out of the throat like it would. Your throat would tear, it wouldn't just stretch, whatever. But then I like how the cop gives them keys and is like, go lock yourself in a jail cell where the bars are so wide the alien could easily slip through. Good plan. And they do it. They lock themselves in the freaking jail cell, and it makes no sense, but they do leave. The guy on the toilet, just like, don't look at me. We find out that the boyfriend, Skylar, his password is boopfart69. And Skylar, once he finds out that she gave birth to an alien and she's pregnant with another one, he does what a lot of men do, and he abandons her. He ain't having nothing to do with that child. He's got his own dreams. But he's so horny that he goes to the party to fuck the other girl. But I like that the mom kicks the cop out of the interrogation room, like, get out of here, let me talk to her. It's like, that's not how that would work. You have to leave. Then the cop is on the phone with Sarah, and Sarah somehow recognizes that it's the cop from earlier. His voice, bullshit. His voice isn't that easy to recognize. You know, he's not Ted Levine or anything. But yeah, they go to the party. Chaos erupts, but no on-screen kills. In fact, no kills. Nobody dies there. Some guy gets thrown around, but they're all okay. So that's lame. Then cable to the dick. Guy's boner gets like a electric car cable to the dick. And then, yeah, she fights the alien in the basement, and then she throws some, like, medical liquid down his throat, and he just explodes. Very quick, not too climactic, not that interesting. So, yeah, I don't know, I just wish there was more here. Like, if there was a big body count, some extra gore and practical effects, maybe some more jokes, make it funnier, it would be a damn good watch. But they weigh it down with some character drama that just wasn't working for me. It wasn't interesting. It was basic character drama, high school drama, and then it was lots of off-screen kills and not a lot happening. Just researching the evil through this guy's Mexico trip video. And yeah, we find out that the reason why this is all happening is because Skylar, he went to Mexico, and a statue, the boner, broke off the statue, and it sprayed some fart dust in his face, and now he's just uncontrollably horny. It's okay. I wasn't that crazy about the movie. It was an okay watch. What did you guys think about this movie? Put your thoughts of it in the comments below. And as always, if you like what you've seen here, you can hit the like button, share it with all your friends, and become a subscriber today just by clicking on my cartoon face in about 5 seconds. And until next time, auf Wiedersehen.